Alright folks, welcome back. At the time this video goes live, I'll be in LA for Ludwig's Fast 52. This is Balatro every day, and today, this seed might be difficult to digest, but if you want to give it a try, you can copy the seed from the video description. Today we get to play on the Abandoned deck, Gold Stake Abandoned deck. One of my favorites. This boss is going to debuff my stuff. In the first round, I do get a diamonds flush. No reason not to. We just have to remember that our diamonds are going to be debuffed for the boss. Okay, win caps we can't afford. Loyalty card we can't afford in a different way. Eternal rental maybe we don't want. So let's try a buffoon pack. There is some consideration when you are playing on the abandoned deck. Maybe if I don't take any buffoon packs here, I can get the 450 points against the big blind. I can get 2 5-card hands pretty reasonably on the abandoned deck, but maybe against the boss here, even if you are able to get the 5-card hands, the 5-card hands don't necessarily score enough points if you have too many debuffed cards. So let's open the buffoon pack, which you were going to do anyway. And okay, we could get the plus molt. I think this is very stable early on. You get the plus 20 for 2 pair. That's plus 10. Pretty reliable. Not super strong, but strong enough. The only problem is it's a rental, and then maybe perishable we also care about, but mostly it's a rental. So I think I'm going to take the value generator instead. Astronomer, since I have no celestial packs, I have no planet cards right now. It doesn't generate any value right now. But we said we are playing on the abandoned deck, so I don't need Mad Joker here. Though I don't think it's necessarily wrong to take Mad Joker. Alright, let's try to get a spade flush rather than going for the full house. 10 high flush, sure. Alright, next I have slightly more clubs than hearts. Why don't we go for the clubs flush? Or we could play full house. I think 3 9s doesn't win, right? Close, but it doesn't win. Okay. Could take Greedy Joker, could take a Spectral pack. We get a free Celestial pack. Let's go. I do want Greedy Joker. I can go Greedy Joker first. I could go Spectral pack first. Ectoplasm we don't want. Maybe Familiar. Random face cards, not necessarily diamonds, but we can try to get a gold card. Greedy Joker is perishable, so I don't have to worry about playing flushes long term, but we do get a gold card. Okay, and then free Celestial pack. So flushes would be best, but maybe pairs as a long-term plan. And then we're broke. Go next. I think there's some consideration for selling the Astronomer there and maybe taking the egg. I'll just keep the Astronomer for a few more booster packs maybe. Let's try to get diamonds. We did play a lot of diamonds in the first round, so some diamonds debuffed. But we can play 2 diamonds. Greedy Joker. Now what? I did level up my pair. Why don't I try to play a pair? Why don't I discard like this, keeping the 6s as a pair? I get a pair of 4s, which probably wins. If it doesn't win, we can play the 6s. Probably wins because we have the plus molt from Greedy Joker. Okay. And then I have another Celestial pack which we can pick up for free. I could take Crafty Joker here, go Golden Joker plus Crafty. Maybe I don't need Crafty. Maybe I don't need the extra chips. Yeah, as long as we got Greedy Joker, we're fine, probably. We have level 2. We can go Celestial pack. Level 2 pairs. Now level 2 flush. Alright, I don't think you ever take the Arcana pack here. The risk of failure is really high. We do take Golden Joker for money. Boss says discard random cards. That's a little bit spooky, to be honest. We try to get the diamonds. This is a straight with the steel card. Does the straight win? Maybe it does. I'm gonna go for the diamonds flush anyway, because if the straight misses, we're boned. Alright. That would be a situation where you bust out the calculator and then find out whether or not the straight wins. But there's the flush. And we get the gold king. So rewarded, I guess. Or at the very least not punished. Fool for Jupiter. There's a spectral pack. I could go Arcana plus a fool. I don't think I like that line. This works if you get Hermit specifically. There's no way, right? Fool for Jupiter's fine. So maybe Fool for Hierophant is actually fine also. Maybe since I have the Fool, maybe I have slightly more incentive to use the Arcana pack. Maybe. I get Temperance for $9, which seems fine. So, because we didn't take Crafty Joker, the boss, I cannot one-shot with a flush. But I think I still go Temperance here. And then Temperance here. That gives us a lot of power, re-rolling power. Potentially, let's go Spectral Pack. I could go Gold Seal, I could go Aura. I guess with Greedy Joker, maybe want to go Gold Seal Diamonds, but I don't know how many diamonds. Maybe I go Gold Seal Queen instead of Aura here. Okay. Fool for Temperance is fine. We get to collect interest here. I could take the Hierophant to give me those extra chips on my flush. Maybe could be something that we need. Maybe in that case you don't use the Temperance right away in case we find another Fool later. Go next. Do we keep the Astronomer? If I sell it, I get an extra $1 of interest. I think I keep it one more round anyway. Let's try to get diamonds one more time. Okay. Okay. Pair the 6s. I could go one more like this. Sure. We did it. So could be 6 and 8 as bonus cards. I guess we don't need to do that yet. We can save the Hierophant for the boss. This should be fine on its own. Level 2 flush. 1500. Okay. Okay. Now what? Definitely trading card. Definitely Celestial Pack for free. This is not great. Earth seems unlikely. Maybe take a Saturn card is possible. Could play a straight that has a bunch of diamonds. Could be open the standard pack. Could be reroll here. Could be discard. I think I want to reroll. So the problem with this boss is if we don't draw the flush, we're dead, right? Maybe we can get a straight. Maybe we can use the Hierophant. Probably we should just reroll. Do we also want the reroll voucher? Seems too expensive. I think I just reroll once. Could take Splash, could take Fibonacci. Fibonacci as a rental is rough, but I think we can make it work. So, do I also want this standard pack? Maybe the answer is no. And then go next. All right. Now we can't lose. Right? I want to play... I want to get the diamonds. I want to play the queen for the money. I want to use the trading card, which maybe we shouldn't, but I want to. I can save the Hierophant for maybe aces or eights or something like that. Let's go play the queen first or discard first. I guess let's discard first. All right. And then I don't need the nines. All right, I have aces and twos. I have aces and queens. I can make some bonus cards. Play aces and queens. Throwing away a 3. Yes, I forgot to sell the astronomer. That could have been a couple extra bucks. All right. I'll take halvesies here. I guess if I have Fibonacci, I don't need halvesies. Normally halvesies would be something that we're interested in. Boss says my spades are debuffed. That's okay. Let's start opening standard packs. Could be blue seal. Makes sense. Don't need a king. So are we good? Do we have what we need? Do we want halvesies? Do we want to try playing, could be pairs, or could be 3 of a kind. Is kind of interesting. Maybe it makes sense to take halvesies just in case and then go next. All right, I can play 2 5s. 2 5s with Fibonacci probably wins. I can snap off a 6. Don't need the 9s. Okay, so we got the 5s. Could be 3 5s. I don't have the queens. That's okay. I could also just play full house. That works. All right. So take the hungman. Do we want a tower? Not really. Not super important that we do that. There's a gold queen. I can make more queens. I don't know if I should make more queens, but I kind of want to. Obviously, conflict with Fibonacci, but we got trading cards, so it's fine, probably. Could be more queens here. Glass 10, I think we don't need. And go next. All right. So, where are we at? We can snap off a 7. We can go hang the 10s. All right, so I got aces. I'm looking for my queens. So if I play aces as a pair, I can throw away a 6. Is that what we want to do? Okay. I probably want to get an 8 here or a 2, maybe. I should pick 8 or 2 and then discard the other one. I can play these 2s and then it'll win. All right, golden joker's done. I forgot about that. We can sell it and try to get another one. Mercury here is okay. Get another golden joker. Don't need Grimbo if we got Fibonacci. Could be buffoon pack. Alright, I don't need these. I don't need the hand size from the Troubadour. I don't need abstract joker. I do want an Arcana pack. I could reroll first. Could be a card shark for pairs, probably. So sell greedy joker, pick up card shark, maybe check for temperance first. Temperance for 11 bucks or Emperor. Between the two of those options, I think I'd rather have an Emperor. I think I'd rather have 2 random tarot cards for 11 bucks. Probably. It's close. We could make some glass cards. All right. Maybe I'm supposed to take the money since I have these rentals now that I have to worry about. All right. I can snap off a 6. With justice. Okay, let's start with a pair of 2s, throwing away a 4. And I don't need halvesies, right? Since we have Card Shark now. I should have played the debuff 3 as the first hand. Alright, so I have some 3s. I could make a glass ace. And then play this pair of 3s. I could... The blue seal doesn't work here. I could potentially draw the queen or the king. I'll just play this pair. Yes. Alright. Now what? Bosses, we gotta play 5 cards. Bummer. What was the last card we used? The last card we used was Justice. So let's go clearance sale. We get a discounted Celestial pack. Could be... Where are we at? Maybe Venus? Death card. So could make another queen here. Could take Venus. Maybe turn a 6 into a queen. And maybe should have taken the Empress first. I could still take the Empress now, I guess, and then go next. Alright. So I can snap off a 9. I can play a pair of 5s. So the next pair will be 3 times as much. So I can play the pair of 3s and throw away a 9 again. Alright, pair of 10s wins. Sure. Play the pair of 10s. I kind of want to get the gold seal value, so maybe we do that. Follow it up with a pair of 10s, or it could be a pair of 8s. Could make some molt 8s. 2 rounds halvesies. Alright, a little bit unfortunate we didn't get the blue seal. That's okay, I guess. Jumbo Celestial. There's a Mercury card. Before we go Arcana, we could reroll 1 time. Take a Hermie. Alright, that means I can go 1 more. Obelisk. Tempting. I get halvesies for 1 more round. Let's just go Arcana. Alright, I can make some lucky cards. 10 and 9, I can hang them. Let's hang them. And then go next. So now, hang the 6. I can play 3 queens. Or we can stick to the pairs of queens. I guess I'll stick with pairs. Alright. Play the 2s, throw away a 7. The next pair wins. If I play the 5s, it wins. I could get the blue seal. So, queen high first for the money. And then play the 5s for 1,000 points. Or sorry, 7,000 points. With steel, it's a little bit more. Okay. So, halvesies is done. Mercury's okay. Alright, could be Priestess. Not stuff I'm interested in. Could be standard pack. Purple 8? I'm interested, sure. It's an 8, it's purple. 8 ball? Kind of into that idea. Do I want Wii? Maybe, since I have the blue seal, maybe I don't need Wii Joker as a rental. Maybe I take 8 ball here. Go one more. Could be Empress. I think with Fibonacci, maybe I don't need Empress, but what I could do, looks inside. Take 20 bucks here. Could take the soul. Alright, now we have to do the 8 ball. Obligatory. So let's see here. 35 cards on the deck. We get rid of Golden Joker. That's it. Okay. Copying Empress is okay. We can try to do better. I don't want to spend all my money. If I got 2 rentals, let's go next. Must play 5 cards. Alright. So we can snap off a 7, we can snap off a 9. 7s can turn into 8s later, potentially. I want to play the 2s. Throwing away a 7, throwing away a 3. I guess I throw away an ace so that I can play the 2s. Feels dubious. Okay. So I can do some molt 8s. And then what? And then dig for my queens. But maybe the queens are dangerous. Maybe we shouldn't play the queens at all, even though they're gold seals. Shouldn't play the queens, I think. But the 8s are good. Alright, so that was a pretty good pair. I can go ace and 8. I can go Empress. With Plinko here, maybe we keep Plinko for the hung man. Maybe that's the thing that we do later. I want to try play the ace. Probably we're supposed to throw away the 8 and then keep the 5. So this probably wins with the bonus card. Probably wins. Do I want to use the Empress here? Okay. Alright. Don't have room for gift card. Now that we got Plinko, we really don't need the trading card. So if we want, we could take a gift card, but it's a rental, so maybe we don't want that. Telescope for pairs, maybe. Definitely Spectral Pack, Arcana Pack. Do we want to reroll first? Could take a cat. I don't have any lucky cards yet, but we could. Maybe not. Do we need the gelato? Could be helpful. Honestly, could be helpful. Could be Ecto. I don't think so. But we could go Gold Seal. So what do we want to do? Gold Seal 8? Gold Seal Aces. Let's go Gold Seal 8s. That sounds like fun. I want to use the Empress. So maybe I use the Empress on a Queen and an 8 here. And then Gold Seal 8. This boss, yeah, we lose money. We go Arcana here. Temperance for 13 is probably what we want. I want a death card. So take the gelato instead of the trading card, or are we still doing trading card? Probably still can do trading card if that's the thing that we want. Probably. Alright. So now, how do we want to operate? 3 and 2, let's hang them. Play the 5s. Alright. I can snap off a 4. I can play a pair of 8s. And then follow it up with aces. I might be interested in throwing away the queens. Let's find out. How did that do? That was close enough. I can play the aces here. Alright. The pair of queens now wins. I can discard the purple 8. We get Empress, which we don't care about. We can use it here. And then play the pair of queens. Alright, plus 20 there's huge. Unnecessary, but nice, I guess. Alright, could get the Chad. Chad is cool with 8-ball. Chad is cool with Fibonacci, to be honest. So probably we want to do that. This standard pack, we could get a Polychrome 7 and then turn it into an 8, and that's kind of fun. I do need a strength card then. Alright, so we could take the Chad, re-roll before opening the Arcana pack. Mars, maybe I should. I don't know, I'm kind of interested in the 3 of a kind, but the 3 of a kind is maybe not ready yet. Needs more time in the oven. Maybe. Mail-in rebate. I don't have room for mail-in rebate unless I want to get rid of the 8-ball, which maybe you could. If you're allergic to fun, we could go death or 20 bucks. Maybe you could go death to make another glass card. Maybe you could make another purple seal. 8. Yeah, maybe a 7 becomes an 8, and then go next. All right. 5 and 4, we can hang them, or I can play the pair of 5s first, or we can discard first. I could play the queens. I think I want to play the 5s first. No. Discard purple. All right. This helps my decision. 10s and 3s, we can hang them. Play the 5s. Okay. I'm not ready with the 7. I probably keep 8s. I can play the queens. And then could be 2s. Cool. 2 more rounds. 8-ball. Could be brainstorm. Alright, we got a nice amount of money, so let's take the telescope. Let's open the celestial pack. Okay. Standard pack, I could get aces, queens, 7s. Okay, we don't care about that stuff. Alright, if I take brainstorm here, what are we removing? Probably, honestly, the 8-ball. We got purple seals anyway. So we could do that. Could go one more. Banner, nope. Boots, no. Could be justice. Yeah, that's the thing that we can copy. So maybe we don't need the hungman that bad. We could just make some glass cards here. 30 cards in the deck. Go next. All right. This is going to be slightly expensive. Now that I have the glass cards, let's figure out. I want to play 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind. Maybe 3 of a kind is kind of fun. So let's copy Fibonacci. Let's go ahead, play the 3 5s. Or that's fine. There we go. I have a purple 8 that I can discard. I have a gold sealed 8, which I would like to try to play. Maybe I'm supposed to discard the queens and dig for 8s. World. Okay, we don't care about the world. I was hoping to get an ace. This is slightly awkward. So I guess copy the Chad here. Okay. Glass ace. Play a bunch of 8s. Again, copy the Chad, or could copy the card shark. I guess copy the card shark if we want this to win. Alright, we're doing it. It's happening. Okay. Standard pack. Gold seal 9? Nah. Arcana, we can reroll first. This boss, base, chip symbol tabbed. There's a Mercury card, which we don't need anymore. There's a Chariot, which is the thing that we can copy instead of glass. What happened to my... Okay, I still got the blue seal. So I could turn some of these gold seals into glass cards. I could save Justice. Probably we want to do that. I really want... I don't know, maybe a Strength card. So how about Chariot here and then use the Emperor? We do get Strength for the 7. I don't need Cloud 9 here. Go one more? Or... Alright, that's it. Though Hallucination is also kind of tempting. Maybe Hallucination instead of the Chad. Nah. Alright. We have Strength. So I can strengthen the 1/7. There's more 7s in the deck. Is there anything else I want to strengthen? Maybe a king into an ace. I'm tempted to just fire it off now though. So there's my strength. There's a fancy glass card. I can discard purples and get something else cooking. All right. Sun, I don't want. Moon, I don't want. This hand, I actually don't want. Why? I wanted the 3 of a kind. Let's go play the pair, copying the Chad. Okay. I might end up playing the pairs. Okay. I want to play this 3 of a kind. Copying the Chad. And then we can play the glass 3 of a kind if we want. I could use Justice here. I probably don't want to use my Strength. I probably don't want Plinko to copy Strength either. So this is fine. Do I want to use Justice? Maybe not yet. Cool. Okay, so we got a Mars card, we got some Arcana packs. We can reroll for tarot cards first, like Temperance and Tower we don't need. Luchador we don't need, Vampire we don't need. Mercury. Okay. I can make some lucky cards. I could make some more steel cards. Lucky seems fine since we have the Chad. Could be lucky here, could be lucky here. Could be stone the 2. And strength doesn't matter. Alright. Looks inside. Could be one of those. I guess I would have to make room. I'd have to get rid of the Chad. Chad is perishable anyway, I guess. How many 5s do I have? Not that many 5s. If I'm going to use strength, I might as well use it here. Okay. Let's get percolating. Alright. So now, probably we copy the card shark. Probably these purple seal 8s I can turn into glass now and discard them. Get a strength card for, could be a 7. Alright, that's important because now I can play the 3 of a kind. And I probably don't worry too much about the queens. Alright, I can play the queens. I can play, probably my finisher is going to be the aces. So I can play a pair if I want. I can play 2 pair if I want. Cool. These I want to discard. Sure. So I want to go make the glass cards. And 1, 2, 3. Copying card shark. That's it. Yum. See, the problem with chiclets is it makes the game boring. It makes the bosses boring. I guess. Looks inside. Could be a purple ace, which we can turn into glass. Could be a blue seal 8, so I don't have to deal with these queens. I think, generally speaking, I would like to have another blue seal. Just a second one. Temperance for 17. You want a golden ticket? Nah. Dagger, 6 cents. Alright, running out of reroll money. Take Temperance and go next. So this 8 we turn into glass and then we discard it. Maybe. Tower we don't care about. Maybe turn a 5 into a rock. Maybe we shouldn't make 5s into rocks. Copy Fibonacci. Alright. 8 I can turn into glass. And that's it. Crunchy. Alright, down to 3 aces. Now what? Get another Chad. This boss says play only 1 hand. Alright. You got me. Liquidation. So, star we can hold on to. Business card. Nope. Lucky cat. Still not enough lucky cards. So, go one more. Mercury we can hold on to. Venus. and then open the Celestial packs. Alright, there's Venus again. We do have the telescope, so there's going to be Mercury in here. Bummer. Let's get percolating. Go next. So, discard purple. Fool? Fool we should hold on to. Fool we should hold on to in case we get a death card. Instead of just making everything into glass. Death card would be nice. Okay, star we definitely don't need. So, here's 2 pair for the money. Cool. I can play 3 and then 3. I guess I don't need Card Shark necessarily. I could play a high card here. Right. Do the high card queen. That's a shiny 8. Alright, and then if we want, we could do these 3 8s. With the Chad. Maybe these 3 8s. Maybe use Justice. Copying the Chad. Crunchy. Alright, Fool for Justice. I'm not worried about that. Now I'm looking for Arcana to give me Death. Or maybe we just make a bunch of Fools and then try to get something off the Purple Seals. Purple Seal 9 I could add to the deck. Nah. Alright. Boots. Pyro. Luchador. Bloodstone. Funny. Go next. Cool. So there's like a pretty good chance I use Fool for Venus. Here we can play the queens. I think I'm done with the aces. Purple gives me sun. Purple again. Gives me an emperor. Okay. Fool for Venus we said was okay. And then emperor we're looking for a death card. I can make the queen into a steel card. And then just dig for glass. I actually don't have that many 8s left. I don't have that many cards left. Alright, so play the 8 for the money. And then of course 3 of a kind 8s is totally fine. Cool. What's next? Looks inside. Don't need that 8. I just want a death card. Throwback, no. Saturn, $10 reroll? Ouch. Looks inside. Alright, so could be strength, could be $9, could be lucky cards. Maybe strength. If I strength, I turn a 4 into a 5. Maybe. Maybe I'd just rather have the money. Bummer. Alright, discard We drew a bunch of 8s. We don't need purple. We don't need the steel card. Done. Alright. I'm going to play the blue seal because I don't want the polychrome card to break. Breaking the blue seal is fine. Two more rounds on the Chad. Now what? Crystal ball. Okay. This boss is extra large. I have only 8 8s in the deck. There's a red seal 5. Red seal we could make into glass. I guess I already have the polychrome glass cards. Sure, why not? Okay. Holding on to the planet cards. Could take a strength. So I could turn a 5 into an 8 if I want. I have the strength. I could do it. Or would I rather... I really just want a death card. I don't think I mess around with strength here. I guess it begs the question, what are we doing instead? I don't know. So, how about we play this 8 for the money? Alright. Discard purple. World, nope. I do technically have these aces in the deck that I could play at any point. Maybe. We'll see what we draw. Alright. I think no on the aces. One more time. I'm gonna try to draw another 8. And then that's it. One more round on the chat after this. Full on temperance. Nah, Venus is okay. Alright. Mega Celestial could be no Venus there. Standard. Nope. Steel Joker, wing caps. Could be wing caps instead of the Chad since it's a ×4. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe we don't need Plinko anymore. Yeah, I guess the Chad is just done. There's a Hungman. There's a Hack. Hack is fun if we can get a Justice card instead of Plinko here. Ancient Joker on Hearts. Could be Ancient Joker instead of the wing caps. I guess. Maybe. It depends on what Ancient Joker lands on, which is a little bit spooky, and maybe we don't want to have to think about that. Alright. So 4 and 2, a long time ago, we decided we're going to remove those. Purple seal we can discard. And then... Alright. Star? No. Let's go play the 8s as 3 of a kind. Okay. I do have the aces. I only have 13 cards in the deck. I can go straight for the aces. Let's do that. Okay. Could play the 5s instead. I do Let's hear. If we play the 5s, this doesn't immediately win. I'm looking for my purple seal. Oh, I guess the hack. Yeah, that's on me. My bad. Look, a hiker. That's kind of fun. Alright. Blackboard. Constellation. Nope. There's Hermie. Which we could do. Temperance. We can hold on to. How many 8s do I have? Okay. Idle on 5 of hearts. I guess I have one of those. 5 of hearts. I guess I could do smeared plus. Nah. Idle didn't work out. Alright. So here's Hermie. Go again. Tower? No. Go again. No. One more time. Be a photograph. Chariot. I guess I could make a bunch of steel cards. Weh. No death cards. Bummer. Maybe at this point I would even take Justice. Go next. Alright. So we want to play the 5s, I guess. Doesn't matter. I can play the aces. I have 8. Could be something like that. Play the aces. Play a full house. But we do have a red 5. Probably could do that. Alright. Last chance, I guess. Star, no. Tower, get rid of the tower. Discard the 8. Devil. Beans. Well, that's it then. Deal here. One chariot, 1 star. Copy the wing caps. Alright, well, got a little goofy at the end there. The 8-ball didn't really work out. The purple seals didn't really give us what we were looking for. We really just couldn't find a death card. We did have Justice for a little while, and we made some glass cards, and maybe, maybe we should have held on to it for a little bit longer. Maybe when we were using Plinko to make copies, could have saved a Justice card for the future. It just felt fine to use them all, but after making fool after fool and not being able to use it, it was sad. Didn't get death, didn't get Justice. We did get a chariot at the end for the red seal. Bummer. A lot of different directions we could have gone. Anyway, I don't know what to say about this one other than yeah, the first couple rounds or first couple antes definitely tough. You've got perishable plus mult jokers. You know, we had greedy joker on diamonds as flushes, then we switched from greedy joker, we switched to pairs, and then you know, once the blue seal manifested, once you have Fibonacci, then you can kind of do whatever you want. So maybe we play 3 of a kind just for fun. Maybe we use Plinko to make some glass cards just for fun. Our chart definitely helped also. I think this was a situation where, yeah, a lot of perishables, a lot of rentals. When you are playing on the abandoned deck, you maybe don't have easy access to money like you do on the yellow deck, and then maybe also the ranks of your cards are kind of low. So if you play a pair of 5s or if you play a pair of 6s, it's not going to hit the same as a pair of face cards. Couple opportunities to use ectoplasm. Didn't really seem like we had good targets for ectoplasm. I liked in the first spectral pack we had it was familiar, and then you add 3 random face cards, and you might be thinking, okay, well, you know, why on the abandoned deck would I be interested in face cards? There are, of course, jokers that care about face cards. There are common jokers that care about face cards. I think mostly about the money generators like business card, reserve parking, faceless joker, but then also, of course, the photograph. Very often on the abandoned deck, I end up turning my 10s into jacks. And you don't need a whole lot of jacks in order for your photograph to get value. The power of the abandoned deck is you start at 40 cards. You start at 12 fewer than normal. And that's already a huge head start as far as being able to guarantee your draws with the 1 blue seal, draw it every time with your, you know, could be purple seals, draw them most of the time, not necessarily all of the time. And so every card you add to the deck is more valuable than normal. Standard packs are maybe more valuable than normal. If you have fewer cards, then every card you add does more. Like adding a card to a 10 card deck is different from adding a card to a 60 card deck or whatever. And so this is why, in general, when I'm playing a gold stakes, the goal is to reduce the deck. And then any future cards you get are just better. All right. Take care, everyone.